All
Hello and
right.
welcome everyone.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll give everyone a chance to get in here. I'm Jess, and I'm joined by Charlene and Kelly. So, Charlene is from our Alumni Director of Charlene, what's your title? Senior.
Our Senior Manager of Student and Alumni Support. Thank you, Jess. I graduated from the September 2020 class and I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. And Kelly is one of our graduates, and she'll be speaking to you shortly. We're so happy that you're here. And I'm Jess. I'm on the admissions team here at FMCA. So as you're joining us, go ahead and you can use the chat feature, and you can let us know where you're signing in from, where you're logging in from. And I'm wishing everyone good afternoon to you, good morning, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for being here. I see Germany. I see Delaware. I'm up here in Pennsylvania, so not too far from Delaware, Wyoming, Florida, South South Africa, Missouri. So happy that we're all together. You know, it's really wonderful. Before we hopped on, I was taking a moment and thinking about how interconnected we all are. We all have a passion for things functional medicine, for coaching, and we're going to talk more about that in just a moment, and how connected we are all across the world. So it's wonderful. Turkey, Canada, wonderful. Well, I am going to kick things off. I think everyone is rolling in here. So we're going to kick things off, and Natalie is in the background. So you're going to see Natalie as well on our chat and in our Q&A. Natalie will be answering some questions as they come in, and she's also going to be posting some helpful links and some additional information for you. And we are going to save plenty of time to answer your questions live as well. And thank you to all of you who have submitted questions in advance. So we do have those, and I'm going to do my best to answer them, work them into the presentation as we go along. So don't worry if your question does not get answered specifically here. We are happy to answer the question if you schedule a call with us. All of you are welcome. We'd love to invite you. I'll invite you multiple times throughout the program to schedule a call with us on the admissions team. That's something that we just love to do. We really love to answer your questions. We want to spend the time with you, and we want to meet you and have that one-on-one conversation so that we can support you individually. So as we move along here, what we're going to do is Charlene and I are going to share our stories about how we came to FMCA. Kelly is going to say a quick hi then, but she's going to share a lot more later, so we'll hear from her then. And then the flow of this presentation is going to be some slides that I'll do. We'll go through information. I'll start answering your questions. Charlene will tell you about some additional support, how we can support your career with our alumni program. And then you'll hear from Kelly. And then at the end, like I mentioned, we'll have that Q&A. So stay tuned until the very end. We do want to share with you a special offer. So my story, so how I came to FMCA, I was in the March 2020 class. And like many of you, I had my own personal health experience, my own health journey. My goodness, it feels like a really long time ago now, but I had this mystery illness. You know, I just did not feel well, and I was scared, and I was having all of these symptoms and nothing made sense. And I felt really let down by the conventional medical system. I wasn't myself. I couldn't go to work. I needed to sleep all the time. I had headaches. It was really disastrous to be scared and sick and alone. And I was not getting the answers from the conventional medical system. I just wasn't. I eventually received a very delayed Lyme disease diagnosis. I was doing my best to research and support myself at a time when I didn't feel well. So imagine when you don't feel well, it's a really difficult time to become your own advocate and your own health detective. So eventually, I was able to find a functional medicine doctor. I started to understand the functional medicine framework. She really helped me, and she so much inspired me. And I started to think, I have to get into this. I realized that I had a passion. I realized that I felt a calling. And I was having some thoughts that I know I talked to students, prospective students who talk to me on the admissions team. You know, they say, similar things. Like there was this passion. It ignited a fire. I did not want anyone else to be sick and scared and alone, going through a conventional system that was not serving them, not know about other options. And I really wanted to see how I could lean into this calling that I was feeling. There was a fire there. So my own functional medicine doctor told me about FMCA. And that really resonated with me because of the connection to functional medicine. I was so interested in learning more about functional medicine. And at that time, I thought, how do I do this? Do I go back? I had already done my undergrad in business. It was a career change for me. I came from a corporate setting, a business background in education. I had an undergraduate degree. I had a master's degree in business. And I thought, do I become a physician assistant? What do I do? Do I go to medical school? How do I do this? And when I really thought about what it is that I wanted to do, I wanted to help people change. I wanted to help people understand. I wanted to help people hear their bodies. I wanted to help people make choices that were going to be transformative and supportive. And I found that that can be done through coaching, that was part of the coach approach. So I was excited, a little bit nervous, but excited when I came to FMCA. I was drawn to it because of the connection to IFM, the functional medicine piece. And I was pleasantly surprised about the coaching. I thought, okay, I'm going to learn this coaching. And I realized that it was so magical. I'm a much better person overall for having come to FMCA. And then I was able to launch a coaching career. So very happy that I had that experience. And I'd love to pass it on to you, Charlene. Tell us how you came to FMCA.
Thanks, Jess. There are lots of ways that it transpired, but the short story is I had always had sort of an interest in natural health and wellness, and my mother was diagnosed with metastatic colon cancer back in 1998. So, right on the cusp of when functional medicine was just starting to get known, and we worked with a practitioner after she was given her diagnosis, and she was told to get her affairs in order, and she was with us for 9 more years. And it was during that time that I started working in the wellness industry, and before I even came to FMCA, and in supporting her through her illness, it echoes what you said, Jess. Like I saw what it took, like for her to not be alone and for her to be able to take the steps that she needed to do to be as well as she could, to live as long as she wanted to, as long as she could, with and experience her time with my son, with her grandson. So that was where that passion you referenced really started. And I have several good friends who are doctors, and when I started looking into this direction, it was just unanimous, FMCA, FMCA, FMCA. And so I graduated from the September 2020 class right after Jess, 6 months after Jess, and started working with FMCA in 2022. And now I get to be a part of launching hundreds of functional medicine certified health coaches into the world every year. And I just still do my coaching on the side, but I feel like my purpose is bigger now, and I just love what I do. So I'm so happy to be here and answer any questions that come up. Thanks so much.
Charlene. Kelly, do you want to say a quick hello? I know you're going to share more later.
Yes, I'll just say hi and guten Tag to the person in Germany. It's the only other language I know. I don't know the language. I know how to say that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, we're all looking forward to hearing from Kelly. And it's really exciting. Look, we have 3 coaches. I coach part-time as well. Charlene mentioned she coaches, Kelly coaches. So we're here to support you. We're here to answer your questions. And it's really nice that we're all connected by this curiosity about functional medicine, about FMCA, about this passion. And I think from Charlene's story and my story, we were really very pleasantly surprised in a way of what this opened up. And as you're sitting there and thinking about your future, and just remember that you can be surprised too about what it could open up. And that's part of the magic and part of leaning into something that you're called towards. So thank you so much. So what I'm going to do is I'll move on to share my screen, and we'll go through some slides, and we'll learn more about our program, and I'll answer some of those questions. Okay, so let me get the screen share going. Get the slides pulled up. Oops, sorry about that. We were on the end of.
When you become a health coach, you will be saving lives.
I believed that I was destined to suffer from heart disease, and I was destined to suffer from other chronic conditions because that's what my family experienced, and that's what all of my doctors told me.
My dad passed, and then my mom passed. I just felt like each time I was a stepping stone of what am I going to do for my longevity.
My doctor said, don't worry, not a big deal. You'll just take this one little pill for the rest of your life. What?
We have a healthcare system that's in crisis. It's leaving people feeling at a loss. They would like to eat better. They would like to have an exercise program that they stick with. But they find that at the end of the day, they're just not following through. And that's where the health coach can come in.
I just found myself always talking to people naturally about health and wellness.
I think I'm a good cheerleader for my friends and families, and I want to root them on. I want us to be a community that supports one another in whatever goal we may have.
I thought I'm going to turn my passion into a business.
I had not been able to find a solution to my concerns and the things that I wanted to address, and I knew that through functional medicine and coaching, I was going to be able to do that.
We are passionate about providing the best education possible.
There's a lot of information in the program.
You're going to get the skills, you're going to get the science, you're going to get the confidence that you need to help people make real life changes.
You've got to find a program that really aligns with you.
I had classmates, colleagues from all over the world.
We have students from Europe, South America, Asia. We have doctors, we have nutritionists, we have nurses, career changers coming from marketing, finance, engineering, accounting, you name it.
I spent 26 years working in the corporate world, and I knew deep inside that I wanted to do something different.
Once I graduated, I felt, okay, now I'm ready to put all the pieces together and feel much more confident about helping people reach their own health goals.
People are just astounded by the amount that they can do, where it's like, wow, they're actually listening and they're taking note and they're doing it.
Making that investment, it helped me set a great example for my family.
It definitely aligns with my value system and how I want to show up in the world.
I focus on midlife women, and I get to be really creative in that space because I am that person.
You don't know unless you try. So if you really want change and you really want to impact people, then you should dive in.
Make this world a better, healthier place.
There has never been a better time to become a health coach.
I hope you enjoyed that short video. All right, and here's the admissions team. So I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the admissions team. There's Carrie, Manaz, Lisa. We are all really excited to meet with you one-on-one. So again, please feel free to schedule a call with us. If you've already had a call, I recognize some names that we've talked to already. If new questions come up or you'd like to meet with us again, you're also welcome to do that. We would be happy to meet you and personally answer your questions. So the course overview here, we're going to look at some of the details of our program. It's 12 months long. The format is a blended format. So there's online. The whole program is online. You're going to be on LearnWorlds and you're going to be on Zoom. The monthly content is released one module at a time. 1 month is one module. So there's 12 months, 12 modules. That's going to be released on LearnWorlds. You have the month to move through that content at your pace, and then you would be complete with that by the end of the month. And then you're also going to have live training sessions that are held over Zoom, and I'll talk a little bit more about those in a moment. We have a robust international community. Our program is global. We have graduates in over 90 countries. On our admissions team, we have my colleague Manaz, who is our international relations coordinator. And you're welcome to schedule a call with her if you want to talk about specifics to the country where you live or where you'll be practicing. Our program has international recognition as well. Oops, my slide. I'm sorry about that. Has international recognition as well. So we're very well recognized across the globe, and Manaz is happy to talk to you about that. We have over 5,000 graduates. This certification that you get from us is Functional Medicine Certified Health Coach, FMCHC. That is a lifetime certification. FMCHC in the marketplace, that certification, it's a career credential. It really signifies trust. So I know we're going to talk a lot about career and how we can support you. Remember, you're starting with a credential that is going to signal trust in the marketplace. When clients are coming to you, when you're forming partnerships, it's a great thing to have behind your name. And also it's going to be the knowledge and the confidence and the education that comes with it. Now, you can stop there. That's going to be sufficient. You'll have a scope of practice. You can begin coaching. But a lot of our graduates go on to sit for the national board exam. So this program does qualify you to sit for the national board. It is something that we encourage our graduates to do. All three of us on this webinar have done it. And it is an added layer of trust and signifying that you've completed the highest standard in the industry. So some of the questions that you've submitted, I can address now. Can this course be completed can I do it faster? Can the course be completed faster? So the course is designed to be 12 months. So we enroll twice a year. So you can start in March, you can start in September, but the way that the format is laid out, it is going to be done in 12 months. And that's a great thing because the live training sessions are where you're practicing coaching, and developing the art of coaching takes time. And I think you'll be very happy that it gives you a full 12 months to go through the program. Can I do this while working a full-time job? Yes, the program is designed to be able to be done by someone who is also working full-time. Our graduates say they put in between 12 to 14, maybe 10 to 12 hours per week. Is what they're reporting in order to get through the content. And we also have some flexibility built into our schedule with the live training sessions to support you. Do I need to be a medical doctor? That question has come in from a number of you. So no, you do not need to be a medical doctor. We do get that question on the admissions team quite a bit. And then, can I start the program in other months? No, the program would be starting in March and in September. And also, who is a good fit for this program? That's a great question. I'm so happy that was submitted. So we see career changers who want to lean into their passion for health and wellness, responding to a calling. Like Charlene and I shared in our stories. They have a passion to help others. Maybe you've accumulated a wisdom and you want to harness that and share that. Healthcare professionals or clinicians who want to learn positive psychology coaching. We have medical doctors who come through the program who want to learn coaching. I could share a story. I've talked to a couple medical doctors lately, and they're coming into the program and they're saying, what's missing from my practice? Behavior change. Really helping somebody move from where they are to where they want to be. That's been something that's been missing. Other coaches from other programs, those people are coming into us and they're saying, hey, I'm really passionate about this, but I just don't feel like I got the confidence that I need in order to do this. So you're in the right place here with FMCA. And we also have continuing ed that our program qualifies for as well. Various life stages. So maybe you're somebody who wants flexibility. Maybe you're somebody who's approaching retirement. Maybe you're somebody who has life balance and you really want to make sure that you can support that better. I know when I came to the program myself, I wanted to make sure that I had time for my self-care. When I was recovering from Lyme disease, I was thinking about my career and I wanted to make sure I had self-care so I could take an entrepreneurial path and set my own hours and my own time. And various life stages, massage therapists, physical therapists, they're winding down from their career that's been heavily focused on a physical demand on their bodies. They don't want to do the massage in a physical way anymore. They want to come in and they want to be working from a coaching scope. So I hope that's helpful. And, if you just want to learn for the sake of learning, you're in the right spot too. Okay, so leaning into the curriculum overview a little bit more, we're going to be covering coaching competencies, positive psychology, mind-body medicine, functional nutrition. Our program includes coaching and action demonstration and business considerations. So we do have a curriculum guide that goes deeper month by month. It's an overview that will give you all of the topics that you'll be learning, and maybe Natalie can link us to that, or she could also put that in there and let you know how to schedule a call with us, because we're also happy to link it to you. It's also available on our website, so I would encourage all of you to take a look at that. Okay, Learn World. So this is going to be part of the program that is going to be the asynchronous component. So I mentioned those monthly modules. Each module is released one module, 1 month. So they're released in the first of the month, and you'll be able to go through and do that. There's a whole section on resources. If you take a look at the side of the screen, you can see that there's a resource library. That is a fun place to hang out. It's really great. You can go through. We use IFM materials in there. You can take a look at that. You can take a look at everything that is available to you in that resource library. Access for 3 years following graduation. So when you think about logging back into your account, a lot of our graduates want to make sure that they can get back in, they can access the material. And then we also have our Career Accelerator. That's where you're going to find information, these questions that you have. How do I determine a niche? How do I price myself? How do I stand out in the marketplace? It's all going to be something that we support you with in that Career Accelerator. And just know that you do not have to complete the Career Accelerator as a requirement of graduation. So that's something that you can come back to later. You can do it at your pace and as you feel comfortable. Some people really like to get going with that and to start that. Others like to focus on the program and focus on the coaching, focus on learning that functional medicine, that functional nutrition, and then they go back and they look at that career piece. The live training sessions. Oh, so this is where the magic happens, right? So something that really stands out among our program is our sense of community and our sense of connection and the way that we relate to each other and the experience that you have while you're learning coaching. So in the live training sessions, they're held on Zoom. This is the synchronous component of the program. So these are held at a certain time, and I'll share more about that in a moment. The 10 to 15 people. So this is intentionally kept small. You're going to have individualized personal attention in the program. The course facilitator, here you see our wonderful course facilitators. Here they are. You're going to receive personal attention from this course facilitator. You also have office hours with them. You can communicate via email. They're all nationally board certified coaches, and they are there to support you. They meet you where you're at, and they help you develop your coaching confidence and your skills. Again, we have a strong international presence, so we do have these meetings available at times that are convenient for all time zones. I did receive a question that said, how do we build confidence in our live training sessions? That's a great question. So you're going to be receiving feedback. I feel like from my experience, practice is going to be important. We also give you slides that help prepare you for what's going to be discussed in live training. And then the feedback from your peers and the feedback from your course facilitator. We're also looking at what's going well. So it's not just where there's some room for improvement. We're looking at what's going well, and that really helps you to have confidence. And they're all coaches. So they're looking at your strengths and how you can apply your strengths to your coaching. So here is the schedule for March 2026 of the available options for live training sessions. When you enroll in our program, you will be self-selecting. So you tell us what times you would like to attend live training session. We're going to have a space on our enrollment for you to select your first choice and your second choice, and you will be enrolled into one of those choices. Your time slot stays the same for the entire year. So you can see if you're somebody who works a full-time schedule, we have evening hours available. If you're an early bird and you like to get up and start your day with your cohort in the morning, that's available to you. Some of the times here, you might be looking at 2:30 to 4:30 a.m., 5 to 7. Those appeal to international students mostly, unless you are a real early bird in the States here and you want to get up at that time. And then the Saturday, sometimes people feel more confident knowing that it's going to be happening on the weekend and not during the week. And we do have room for you to be able to have the attendance policy where you can miss up to 7 live training sessions. So if life gets in the way, or if you have a trip planned or something comes up, you can miss up to 7 of them. You can also reschedule into a makeup session, and our system and our support team will help you do that when you are in the program. Okay. All right, so again, here are our course facilitators. They're located all over the globe. There's a couple in various countries to be able to support you. And some of you are probably already thinking, okay, great, the program sounds fantastic. It's a great fit, right? What happens after graduation? And all of our graduates receive support. We have alumni support resources. Everyone who graduates from our program is able to put a profile on our Find a Coach directory, FMCA's job board. That's exclusive for our graduates. So there are employers who are coming to us and saying, we want your coaches. So we have a job board where you'll be able to log in and see those jobs and apply for them. We also have exclusive discounts and offers, and an all alumni Facebook page. That is a great spot for connection. There's going to be graduates there as well. So you can really say, hey, I'm working on this, or I'm interested in this, or how did this work for you? We can share our wisdom with each other. Our community is great with that, and we have a fantastic newsletter. So I will pause there, and I will let Charlene explain the FMCA Alumni Program.
You, Jess, what a great presentation. Yeah, so once you graduate, you have the option to purchase an alumni program membership with us, and that includes twice monthly coaching skills mentorship calls with our very seasoned board certified coach who leads those. We have twice monthly coach connection workshops where we come together as a group and brainstorm any business questions that are coming up, any ideas. It's really whatever you are dealing with at that time during that month. We're there to support you twice a month live with that. During your time as a student, you will have access to office hours with our founder, Dr. Sandy Schaumbaum. And as an alumni program member, you would be able to continue accessing those twice a month live. And then our Ask the Expert series, again, twice a month. We have experts from all over the natural wellness and functional medicine industry come in and give topics on all types of mostly hot topics that are happening, whether it be menopause and hormonal balance, or gut health, or we had a guest speaker with pillar health not too long ago, and you have access to those as a student. And then again, as you move forward, if you choose to join the alumni program. And then we have what we call a community coaching in action, or a community coaching program, where it's an experiential program that we have developed for our members who, when you join, you can choose partner organizations that we partner with. Some is let me see, we have a psychiatry hospital, we have a children's hospital that's about to jump on board, and you can choose which organization you'd like to partner with. And we have an intake form, and an algorithm helps to match you based on location and time zone and preferences and that sort of thing. And then if you're a new graduate and you're pursuing the board exam, it can help you get your 50 sessions that you need in order to apply to sit for the board. And if you're a more seasoned, well, really for all our coaches, our more seasoned coaches who are already certified or not pursuing, it gives all of us, a chance to give back to the community. We also lead twice a year a live 7-week workshop on how to get started working as a health coach. We'll cover, each week covers a different topic, everything from setting your mindset to looking at your niche, and then looking at what you need to do legally and financially wherever you're located. So it helps you, if you're, again, a newly graduated coach, helps you start to get your feet wet and start to get the wheels turning in what direction you want to go. And then you'll also get support from the seasoned coaches who are taking the workshop more than once. And I think Kelly might talk on that in a little bit. And then finally, we offer continuing education credits for those who once become board certified. Right now, we have 9 different opportunities where you can, once you become a member of the Alumni Program, you automatically get enrolled in those. And once you complete those, you automatically get generated a certificate. You can hold on to those for when you need to turn in your continuing education every 3 years for the board. So that pretty much sums it up, Jess, I think.
Thank you so much, Charlene. And a question that has come in a couple times that I think is a really great question as well. I love these questions. Asking, how did we get our first 5 clients? And I can share that when I graduated from the program, I joined the Alumni Program, and through the volunteer activity that was available at that time, that's how I got 2 of my first clients, and I brought one on board to my practice and converted them to a longer term client. The other clients I got from my massage therapist. So the Alumni Program has really helped so many of us, and I know Kelly will share more about her experience in that in just a moment. So again, I'll leave this up for a second if you'd like to take a look here to contact us. Our admissions team is really thrilled to be able to spend some time with you and answer questions. And I will stop sharing so that we can hand it over to Kelly and hear about her experience in that Alumni Program.
Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly. And first, I am just incredibly honored to be here. I was honored before when I was asked to do this. And just watching that video with all of the other graduates and their stories and their feelings about FMCA, I just really I feel even more honored. So thank you. And I'm really happy to be here to talk to you all about this. But I'm going to first start with telling you a little bit about my professional story. I am a board certified functional medicine health coach and functional nutrition counselor. I also am an adjunct professor where I teach nutrition at a local college. And I have been in the fitness wellness industry for over 35 years. Before I became a health coach, I was a group fitness director, and I oversaw 8 clubs in 4 states. And I've got a master's degree in recreation management, and I've always loved teaching, leading, and just creating community. And I had certifications, multiple certifications, and still do, in nutrition and fitness, but something was just missing. And when my husband was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease in 2013, I took a deep dive into therapeutic nutrition. And what I saw was there's just this massive gap between what people know and what people do. And so that's what led me to, just lit a fire in me. We were using that term, sticking with that. That's our theme. Lit a fire in me to really start studying behavior change. And that's when I got my first health coaching certification. But after a while, I just wasn't satisfied with the mainstream approach. And my clients and I, quite frankly, were frustrated with conventional medicine. And I wanted to be part of a care team that saw the big picture, and that's what led me to FMCA. I wanted to collaborate with functional and holistic and integrative practitioners, because those are the people who get it. They see that it's lifestyle and behavior that are the game changers in health and wellness, and that's what health coaches bring to the table. So I even attend appointments with some of my clients, if it makes sense, both conventional and functional, and they love it because we're all on the same page. I chose FMCA because of its connection to the Institute of Functional Medicine, and I don't like to waste my time or my money. I'm not afraid of hard work, but I'm afraid of wasting my time. And I knew that this was the highest quality, most evidence-based program out there. And it was the biggest investment in my career, other than my master's degree. But I have zero regret, zero. FMCA just put it all together for me. The science, the structure, and the soul. And it was going through the program was honestly the most transformational year of my life, both personally and professionally. But it gave me the clarity to design the kind of practice and life that I was meant for. But I'm not here just to talk about my experience with FMCA and how it changed the trajectory of my career, but I want to talk to you about basically life after graduating from FMCA. And I apologize, I'm kind of getting over a little cold here. Hands down, the most important thing for me growing my business and building my confidence and staying connected was joining the Alumni Program. Right after graduating, I graduated in August of 2024. I joined the Alumni Program right away, the second you could. And I also enrolled at the time in the course, if you saw on the slide, it's a 7-week course, and it's how to get started as a health coach. And I signed up for it with hesitation, and I'll explain that later. But as I mentioned earlier, I had an established coaching business. I built my website years ago, but I also had a dream that was even deeper. For years, I had this vision of creating a community, more than just one-on-one coaching, but a place for support and accountability and connection for people. And after all, I was a group fitness director for a lot of years, and I'm married to a head football coach and track coach, so we're kind of a team family. So when I went through the business course, and through the encouragement of my course facilitator, it all clicked. I got the clarity, the direction, and the encouragement that I needed to launch that dream. And that's how my private wellness club, Life by Design, was born. I literally was paying for the URLs, lifebydesign.info and lifebydesign.solutions, for 8 years. I was paying for the URLs because I had this dream, but I hadn't done anything about it. And so that's a big deal. The first time I took the course, Charlene mentioned, I'll be talking a lot about this. The first time I took the course, I mentioned that I was doing it with hesitation, and it was in the fall of 2024, and I had just graduated from FMCA. I was studying for my boards. It was a new semester where I teach, and I'm married to a head football coach, so he's just not as available to help with household responsibilities during football season or track season. So it was really a lot to do. So I gave myself permission, because I'm an all-in girl, I gave myself permission to maintain balance. I had also learned that through the year about balancing. So the personal growth. But I gave myself permission because I knew it was important that I did it because I can't just take all this information and sit on it. And I needed to have that connection and that learning and that growth. So, excuse me. So I went through the program and I did implement some things, but I took it a second time when it was offered last February. So again, after each graduating class, they will offer it. So I took it a second time, and that time I was ready. And so I refined all my legal documents that I had created. I refined my client agreement, and realized then too, as I went through it again, they're presenting all these different business strategies, and it can be a little bit overwhelming when you're starting, like, I don't know what direction to go. And so it really helped. It gave me clarity on which strategies and which tools were appropriate to me. And I also felt empowered to say, that tool isn't good for me and I don't want to do it. It doesn't suit me. So it really takes away feeling like you have to do everything, and you don't. And you can really just define and design your own business. It also, one of the biggest lessons I learned from going through that and just being part of the alumni program is how much I thrive on accountability and community. And running your own business, especially if you're running it from home, can be very isolating and kind of lonely sometimes. And even if you have a partner who's very supportive of you, they don't necessarily get it. And so it's nice to have that community and that support and the collaboration and the ongoing learning in a very approachable way. Everyone that I have ever connected with FMCA is so friendly and generous with their time and their expertise. I've also been writing for a local magazine since 2014, and I viewed myself as a volunteer contributor, but now I view myself as a businesswoman, and I weave in subtle mentions of my private club and my work with clients, and FMC gave me the confidence to do that. And the learning doesn't stop once you're done through the alumni program. You saw that you can get continuing education credits, and if you do choose to get your board certification, you need to have 36 credits within 3 years. And like I mentioned before, I have multiple certifications that I have to maintain, and some of them I can do free credits, but it's just kind of checking a box. Through the alumni program, it's science-based, it's business strategy, it's marketing, it's behavior change, it's positive psychology, it's nutrition, it's premenopause, postmenopause, labs. I mean, everything that you learn is something that you are going that had passed in December 24. In this year, I have acquired 22 and a half credits for free through the alumni program. All amazing stuff. And as Charlene mentioned, every month you have access to Dr. Sandy's office hours, which she's the founder. That is priceless. Coach mentoring and truly engaging content. This past November and December, I had a lot on my plate, and I wasn't able to attend the Dr. Sandy's office hours or the coach mentoring or the Connect, Collaborate, and Build, I call it CCB. I wasn't able to attend those to the level that I like. And this month I was able to re-engage, and I just realized how much those spaces really matter to me, both professionally and personally. A week or so ago, after I got finished with a client session, I went for a walk, and I was just kind of debriefing, reviewing the session in my head, and I thought, if other coaches were observing that session, would they be confident that I stayed within scope? And it was just, this keeps me so that I'm sharpening my skills and not getting comfortable. And I think that that's really important. And especially again, when it's a one-on-one thing and nobody's watching you, you can get into places that aren't helpful. So this is something that there's still that check and balance there in that learning. And so that at that moment, I just realized how much the alumni program isn't just about growing your business. It's about maintaining your professionalism and your integrity and your craft as a coach. And for me, that ongoing connection, it just keeps me grounded and accountable and good at what I do. So this is going through the timeline, which is a term we use, going through the timeline. Since I graduated in August of 2024, I knew that my business was going to change. I knew it was going to take a different direction. And I also knew that I was going to pass my boards because I knew I would. But I didn't appreciate the level of growth that I was going to have and the transformation, just a completely different world and view. So in the first year after graduating, I passed my boards. I developed and implemented all the legal aspects of running a business, which I had zero before. I was good at building a website, but I wasn't good at agreements or disclaimers. I became an LLC. I launched my private club, my 8-year dream, and I also was asked to speak at a Parkinson's Foundation meeting. I have a few clients with Parkinson's, and they work with a naturopath, and so I attend their appointments with them. And this naturopath, she is one of the top 4 experts in Parkinson's in the country. And because she is so impressed with the impact that her patients have working with a health coach, the difference that it makes in their lives and in the progression of their disease, she wants me to be an affiliate in their clinic. This is significant. This is big stuff. I was also featured in the Graduate Spotlight blog for the Functional Nutrition Training program that I went through. And I was featured in a Fast Five section of our local newspaper, highlighting individuals who contribute to North Idaho community. And I didn't mention before that I write for a local magazine. And I mentioned that I write for a local magazine, and the editor of the magazine is also the person who's responsible for doing the Fast Five article. And if I hadn't woven in the things about my business and what I do into my articles, she wouldn't have seen that. She reads that. She wouldn't have known that I am somebody who impacts the community, and I've gotten clients from that article. So, and again, I never would have done that before if I didn't have the confidence from the FMCA program and the Alumni Program and the support from the community. Because in those sessions, we can speak our heart and we can be encouraged from people, and no, you should go do that. Or I don't know if that's a good idea. So I attend medical appointments with all of my clients if it's appropriate for under their conditions. I do work with quite a few who have some pretty significant conditions, and again, the difference of attending those sessions with them is incredible. And the practitioners, the clients, I mean, we all feel it, we all see it, because again, we're on the same page. I'd like to tell one little story about one of my Parkinson's clients. When I attended his session, I see my clients bi-monthly. And when I attend his session, I have my iPad there with our notes, and he was going through with her, what's going on, and he was really experiencing a lot of fatigue and some brain fog. And with Parkinson's, if you are not familiar with Parkinson's, the medication that they give them is called carbidopa-levodopa. And this is a really challenging disease. And he was speaking, telling her what was going on with him. These are all symptoms showing that he's progressing, and his progression is accelerating. When he was done talking, I could say, okay, yeah, but you were staying up late, you were on the computer, you were traveling, you got out of your eating plan that you were very good with, you weren't exercising, and exercising is so important to people with Parkinson's. And so I was able to pause and go back and give the information that these are the lifestyle things that was keeping him on track, and he got out of it. And so if I hadn't been there to say that, she may have increased his dosage. She may have ordered some other tests that he's got to pay for. And by having that, it's just working, the three of us, it was amazing. I mean, it's literally things that we do are life-saving. And so this is something that I never would have had the confidence to go along to an appointment and collaborate and speak my mind in front of a naturopath who's an expert had I not gone through this program and didn't have the alumni program. It's the learning and the connection that really matter. I could tell more stories, but we don't have time.
Really, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And to everyone listening, I want to mention that we are having a promotion that will help you get into this alumni program, help you make sure that you're securing the alumni program for yourself so that you can see what it offers you, see how it's going to support you in your path and what's important to you and the way that you want to work and the support that you want to receive. So now through February 2nd, I'll just mention that we do have $1,000 off of our tuition, and it does include a free year of the alumni program. So that's our AP bundle. And I want to get to your questions, so you can hop onto an admissions call if you want to talk more about the specifics and payment plans. We do offer them with no interest. So talk to us on admissions about that. But let me hop into questions. I know that we've received some good ones here. So it looks like somebody submitted a question that is, what do functional medicine health coaches do? So in a way, we're kind of looking at what is different between just being a coach and being a functional medicine certified health coach. So functional medicine certified health coaches, we understand the functional medicine approach. We're working from that lens. We're blending functional medicine, functional nutrition, the mind-body medicine. We're blending that with positive psychology. Everything in our program is evidence-based. We're going to be utilizing the functional medicine framework. So we're helping clients understand why their body might be out of balance. You heard some of this in Kelly's story, really helping understand the connection of daily habits. So think about food, stress, sleep, movement, mindset. We're connecting that to how they feel. In my practice, I really help people connect to their intuition, what we hear, what we know about our body. In coaching, we're breaking down health goals into smaller steps. We're building confidence and motivation. When we think about that functional medicine piece, again, we're looking at the interconnectedness. We're looking at the systems biology approach. You're learning from experts at IFM. So we're happy to expand the conversation around that and help you see how nutrition and gut health and hormones and stress and environment, how this all influences the way that your body works. It works together, and the power of your choices, they could lead to some imbalances, and the power of the choices leading to freeing you from those imbalances. And health coaches support along the way. Let me see another question that come in. What is the age range of our students? So that's a good one. We have students who are in their 20s, or maybe even a little bit younger, just graduating from high school, all the way up through 90s. I'm aware that we did have a student in their 90s. So you're whatever age range you're at, wherever you are in life, you are in good company. The program is going to support you, and you're going to make connections that will be supportive. Yep. Let's see. A niche. Questions about niche. We have one that says, do successful grads choose a niche before enrolling in the program? Charlene, do you want to address that one?
Yeah, sure. This comes up so much, and the short answer is yes. Some do, and most don't, in my experience. And that's not a terrible thing because, and Kelly could probably speak to this too, but and Jess, as you're going through the program, we've heard the word transformative. We've heard, passion, light a fire. Like you're coming in with that passion and that fire. And if you choose to be a student, that year is going to transform you personally and professionally. And in that process, is like it starts to bubble up. What's like you might watch a webinar and be like, oh my gosh, like that really resonates with me. Or you might hear another coach share something and oh my gosh, I never thought of that before. And even if you don't figure it out by the time you graduate, once you graduate, whether you're an alumni program member or not, you have access to that career accelerator. There are webinars in there that speak specifically to your niche and how to try to fine tune it. And some people say, oh, okay, this is the hot thing, so I know this is what I want to focus on. Most of the experts will tell you if that's not a topic that you would just want to talk about with someone at a party, that's probably not the best focus to go on. Like it wants to be something that just inherently and intrinsically lights you up. And sometimes that doesn't come to fruition until you have the right experience to show you that. So some of our graduates, and Kelly has probably seen this in our How to Get Started course. In the end, we just say start coaching. Like just start coaching, reach out to friends of friends, friends of family, friends of neighbors. And once you start coaching, you're going to learn what you like to coach and what you don't. So it's not important. It's not a prerequisite that you have to have that coming in. That's one promise I can actually make, that it will shine its light to you when it's meant to. And then that's the direction you can go in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Charlene. Another question is asking what sets our program apart from other programs. That's a great question. So I would point to three things. Our collaboration with IFM, the Institute of Functional Medicine, right? So we're the only coaching program that has that partnership, that collaborative partnership with IFM. So you're getting information straight from the experts, straight from world-class educators. We're going to take you into those deep dives through the functional medicine operating system and making that connection to using functional medicine in your coaching practice. The second thing is how we teach our coaches, how we educate them on coaching, that individualized feedback, the small groups, the attention from your course facilitator, office hours with course facilitator, office hours with Dr. Sandy. We are creating confidence. We are really teaching you how to coach. And there are time to time, it's almost heartbreaking on admissions when I hear somebody say, I wish I would have known about this program in advance. I went to another program and I just don't feel prepared to coach. We want you to be prepared to coach. That is the point, right? Helping you to be able to harness your passion, harness what you want to do and deliver it, and having that confidence. I know sometimes when we're talking about the career space and what it's like after graduation and that support, remember that you need the confidence to go out and to do it. We're thinking about getting clients, but what about getting clients to come back? We want to be great coaches, and our program really stands out in doing so. And our sense of community and support. So remember, we've been talking about this the whole way through. The sense of community, it's a connection. It feels like a family. It feels like you found your people in a way. I went through the program years ago, about 5 years ago when I graduated, and I still am connected to colleagues and people I went through live training session with. It's a really wonderful sense of support. So that's important in setting it apart. Another question for answering, what are some ways that your graduates are using the certification? This question had come in advance. working entrepreneurial, individuals setting their own prices, setting their own time where they're working. That's something that draws people in tremendously. And then also working collaboratively. Authors, we have podcast hosts, corporate wellness, group coaching. So we're happy to talk more about that on an admissions call. And as we're wrapping up, another thing to keep in mind is that we're going to be helping you with a personal and professional journey throughout the year. So I would invite all of you to think about what is pulling you, what had you curious about this, what brought you to the call, what resonated with you, what about our stories or what Kelly shared, what's lighting you up, and think about where you are now and what would be different a year from now. You would be almost about to graduate, right? So if you're joining us, so a year from now, you could be embarking on starting that career, putting that into action. Think about how you want to spend your time and your energy over the year. How do you want to learn? Who do you want to connect with? What do you want that credential to signify in the marketplace? Remember that our program is trusted, it's well recognized, you'll know how to coach, and we want to set you up for success, and you will be taken very seriously in the marketplace and be able to launch your career in a way that's aligned for you. So as we close, I invite you to enroll with that offer. Get that free year of the Alumni Program. Get that discount. Or maybe for you, a next step is to do some more research online. We're happy to support you with that, or to schedule an admissions call with one of our team members. So thank you so much to Kelly and Charlene and to all of you for being here. We hope to keep the conversation going and keep connecting with you, and we hope to see you in our program. Thank you, everyone.